Hey people, it's Naya Stokey. I'd like to thank ProBlack42 for posting about this. This is about African protests about the George Floyd killing. So this is from quartz.com, and I'll put some more articles later. When high-ranking officials condemn state brutality against citizens in an interaction between African countries and the United States, Africa is typically on the receiving end. This week, the tide turned as the African Union, AU, issued a strongly worded statement condemning the killing of George Floyd, the African-American killed by Minneapolis police officers. The AU Commission chairperson's statement also extended to rejection of the continuing discriminatory practice against black citizens, as well as a request for the U.S. to ensure the total elimination of all forms of discrimination based on race or ethnic origin. The message from the AU carried even more potency as it was echoed by statements from U.S. embassies or ambassadors in Congo, Zimbabwe, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania, all condemning the killing. While the condemnation by these embassies are striking and somewhat differ from the core of President Trump's public statements, it's a necessary measure if they are to retain legitimacy while engaging local authorities on human rights issues. Brian A. Nichols, the U.S. ambassador to Zimbabwe, who's African-American, took a much more personal tone. As an African-American, for as long as I can remember, I've known that my rights and my body were not fully my own. I've always known that America conceived in liberty has always aspired to be better. No, it has not. Stop saying that. It's never aspired to be better. It's just aspired to look better. A shining city on a hill, and that's why I've dedicated my life to her service. The high-level statements come amid increasing pace of online protests among Africans online protesting the killing of Floyd and by extension the racist treatment of black people in the United States. So far, there have been small protests at the U.S. Embassy in Monrovia, Liberia, on May 28th, and remember that Liberia was founded by freed American slaves. But it would not be surprising if other protests mushroom in other cities as there have been from London to New Zealand. The subject of police brutality hits close to home for some Africans, given that African immigrants have also been on the receiving end of some of the worst examples in the U.S. In a high-profile incident, Amadou Diallo, a Guinean immigrant, was wrongly killed and shot 41 times. Actually, I think it was 70 times by the New York police officers back in 1999. While Diallo's case has been immortalized in music and film like Wyclef Jean's 2000 hit track Diallo and Netflix's Trial by Media documentary, several other African immigrants stand at risk of being wrongly and racially profiled by errant police officers. And this part is a subheading closer to home. In protesting George Floyd's murder, young Africans also drawing painful parallels with events back home. In Nigeria, online campaigns, civic society groups, and celebrities are protesting the killing of 16-year-old girl Tina Ezekwe last week by police officers. Amid intense pressure, 2 police have been arrested at the local police command promising investigation and police prosecution. But Tina's killing is one of several by trigger-happy Nigerian security forces with a reputation for brutality. A special anti-robbery squad has particularly come under the spotlight for vast reports and evidence of harassment, unlawful arrests, extortion, and killing of innocent civilians. The protests get the unit scrap a failed Nigerian techies who are often wrongly profiled as fraudsters, are exploring the option of a legal campaign against the unit. One extrajudicial killing has particularly proved costly for Nigeria. In 2009, Muhammad Yusuf, erstwhile leader of Boko Haram, died in police custody. His death sparked violence on a much larger scale as the group morphed into a murderous sect after Abu Bakr Shekau, a far more radical leader and now Nigeria's most wanted man, emerged. And Yusuf said the decade-long insurgency led by Shekau resulted in over 20,000 deaths, the displacement of over 2 million people, and the destabilization of Nigeria's northeast region. Elsewhere on the continent, the fatal cost of overzealous police officers has been in full glare amid coronavirus lockdown. At least 6 Kenyans have been killed by police trying to enforce lockdown curfews in Kenya. Our South African police officers have had serious allegations, including murder, rape, leveled against them amid the coronavirus restrictions according to UN Human Rights Office. In Nigeria, as of mid-April, police officers have killed more people than COVID-19, human rights groups claim. Anyway, and I've also seen reports of protests in Nigeria at the U.S. Embassy in Abuja, and I think some of them stormed past the gates, and also there's other smaller ones in countries like Namibia. I'll see if I can find a few links for those, and I'll leave this in the description as well so you can read it. So anyway, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.